two, bam.
Awesome. Cool. Welcome, everyone. We're super excited to have you. Adyana, Nick Brucker here.
Hey, guys.
And we're going to be talking to you guys tonight about a little journey that we've been on for the last 3.5, going on 4 years now, with this community, with this product line, and really with this personal development plan, all attached into one.
All wrapped up in one.
In one, with a lot of good friends that we've met along the way in a company called Isagenix. So a little background about us. We were personal trainers for many years. Personally, I had a personal training business in New York City. I had 43 clients that I was juggling. I had no time left. I had no sanity, but I was making good money. But at the same time, too, I realized that there was only so many hours in the day that I could see clients. And I never really knew what it was like to max out a calendar or a schedule until I got to the point where I was working nearly 90 hours a week. So when I got to that point, I started thinking about, is this all that I can do? Is this all that I can make? Is this all the people that I can bless and be able to help at one given time? And the answer for that specific vehicle with personal training was yes. Because you're trading 1 hour a time for one person at one set hourly rate. And Adyana.
And I was the same thing. You know, I was in New York City bouncing, working at 5 different gyms, teaching group fitness classes, personal training, one-on-one in people's homes and businesses. And the same thing too. It's like there wasn't enough time to be able to squeeze in the amount of clients that I would have needed to be able to maximize my income and to be able to really give them the opportunity to benefit from the nutrition that we now have.
Yes.
And that's allowing people to get better results, more importantly.
Exactly. So this was me about almost 3 years ago, about 2.5, 3 years ago, when I was a personal trainer. When I was taking care of everybody else besides myself, when I was doing a low carb lifestyle, but I was still being able to prioritize primarily cardio because I was like, oh my gosh, I got to keep my weight down. I got to keep my semi of a figure, right? But then Isagenix came into my life when we moved down here to Charlotte, North Carolina, and it literally transformed and lit my body up from the inside out. And what I've experienced so far has been incredible, not only on a physical level, but also on a mental level. Because guys, I've struggled with self-confidence my entire life, especially being a busy personal trainer who was highly recommended. I felt like I was an imposter. I felt like I was taking care of everybody else, but I didn't look the part. Now with Isagenix, I'm working out less. I'm spending less time in the gym. I'm eating more food, and I'm being able to get better, more consistent, and faster results than ever before. I've never felt so good. My energy level is through the roof. I've been up since 5 in the morning. I'm still going strong right now. I have more mental focus, clarity, you know, and that's exactly what this product line has done for both of us. We wouldn't be presenting to you this nutrition line if we didn't first give it the due diligence that it needed through ourselves and experiencing it. Because honestly, what we experienced within days was, you know, really.
Yeah, for me, you know, I'd certainly been a fan of nutritional supplementation for most of my life, especially once I entered the fitness world. And for me, immediately I noticed, number one, that in the afternoon, I wasn't having those midday slumps like I used to have. And remember, like I was still eating clean. I was still implementing nutritional supplementation before we started Isagenix, but it wasn't until that transition that I recognized, okay, cool, I don't even need that caffeine pick-me-up at 2 p.m. The fact that I was able to get greater gains in the gym, lift heavier, be able to sustain efforts for longer, and also too, just feeling full after implementing, you know, meal replacement shakes. That was huge because typically, because I utilize plant-based protein, it was very difficult for me to find a protein that supplement that actually I felt full, that I didn't have to, after 30 minutes, feel like I needed another meal. So I finally found something that satiated my appetite, that boosted my metabolism, and that I was able to sustain that for a couple of hours before my next meal.
And we thought we were kind of crazy at first because we were like, okay, maybe this is just us. You know, maybe we're just excited. Maybe it's just us mentally, right? So we started looking into the science. And that was another key factor of what our decision was made when it came to Isagenix. I mean, if you look at these numbers, these are third-party validated studies that have been done to back this point up. So if you want to continue.
Yeah, so this was an 11-week study that compared the heart healthy diet. And remember, that is a diet that typically medical professionals will recommend to their patients. It is a whole food diet. It's closer to a Mediterranean diet. And it was compared with the Isagenix nutrition, implementing no replacement shakes, as well as intermittent fasting with our cleanse days. And look at the staggering numbers.
Crazy.
56% more weight loss than the heart healthy diet, 47% more body fat lost, twice as much visceral fat, which is that dangerous fat that lies around our organs, aka belly fat. And it's not posted here, but they also found a 9% increase in lean muscle tissue. And these folks weren't even working out.
Mm-hmm.
So to be able to maintain, but also increase their lean muscle tissue, that's unheard of.
Seriously. Can I get an amen in the comments if that's something that excites you too, whether you're somebody that's looking to just lose some fat and build some muscle, or maybe you're a trainer and you're like, wow, I can actually share this with my clients and get them even better results.
And remember too, you know, when you boost your metabolism and you have more lean muscle tissue,
yep,
you're able to burn fat more efficiently over time, which is huge.
And that's exactly what we preach. I mean, look at, well, before I guess we go into some of the testimonials, the other thing that we needed to have was products needed to be safe. They needed to have the research or the validation to know that, hey, if we share this with athletes, because we know athletes, we know people that know professional and Olympic athletes, if we share this with other people who are in those professions, are they okay? And the answer with informed sports certification is yes. You don't have to worry about any kind of doping. They test not only just maybe every other week, that a batch of protein or a bar, or maybe one bar out of the whole box.
Or the month.
Yeah, they actually test every single part of the batch that comes out of production. So everything gets tested and the company eats the cost. And this is multi-millions of dollars for this company to actually do. But I mean,
and it's, it reassures us too that not only is it safe,
yep,
but it's pure.
Yes.
And that it actually does what it says it does.
Exactly. So these are our friends, guys. These are people that we know. I mean, check out these results. This is Eric Tilley, really good friend of ours. I mean, this is 1 year transformation. He went from, being a semi-fit, decent guy to, oh my gosh, you should be on the cover of a GQ magazine, right?
That's right.
And then he went on and his brothers started asking him questions and he started sharing it with his brothers. And now look at his brothers.
That's amazing.
So this stuff, honestly, people start to ask you questions about it when they start to see a difference in you, whether it's just more energy, whether it's bigger muscles, whether it's, more tonality, or just overall, maybe you just can't keep your mouth shut about it like we can because
and
of how
those
good
guys
we feel.
Were over 40, correct?
Correct. And this is another good friend of ours, Chris, who is a Isabody finalist. I mean, the list goes on. Joy,
my friend Joy,
a really good friend of ours as well too. A lot of these people were picked for Isabody finalists, which is a challenge that pretty much our company does, and we can enter it quarterly. We get free products, we get recognition. It's freaking awesome. Not only just for weight loss or muscle gain, but also for lean muscle tissue as well too. Our friend Taylor went from 98 pounds to 120 pounds and has tried many, many different things, and this works. Our good friend Tracy's up to nearly 100 pounds lost and literally couldn't run before, was literally just trying to get back in the groove of things as far as working out, hit a plateau. We started her on this nutrition and the system. Boom, all of a sudden, things started changing. She had more energy. She had better stamina. She had better endurance. She was recovering faster. The fat was starting to melt off of her body. And she's nearing 100 pounds now, and we literally cannot keep her off her feet.
And this is a very special transformation dear to our heart, because
Yes.
I was her coach when she first stepped into the gym, and to see that progression as far as how she moved and how well she moves. And now she's inspiring others on the weight floor to pick up heavier weights.
Yep.
And to make sure that their form is on point. So it's pretty amazing to see what happens, not only in a physical transformation, but what happens on the inside, that boost of confidence and that desire to want to do and be more.
And we're literally getting people better results, guys, from home than we were actually training them one-on-one. And that's what makes this work so freaking fulfilling. I mean, everything about this. My other friend, Eric, just all these different individuals. Albie Shepard, who is actually a baseball player, professional baseball player for the Orioles. He was a pitcher, threw out his arm or threw out his shoulder, was told that he was never going to be able to play baseball again, lost kind of purpose in his life, kind of went down some wrong paths, but found more of a calling, more of a purpose with Isagenix, not only with the products. Obviously, you can see that they worked for him, but at the same time, too, he found a community. He found family. He found people that he could connect with that are like-minded, that he could grow with. And that's what this is all about. I mean, the products are great, guys, but the community is honestly keeping us here and making this so exciting to share this. Raphael Turner, I know that Christy's on the line as well, too. This is her boy as well as ours. I mean, just phenomenal. He's a semi-pro baseball player as well, too, hitting coach. And his results, he's finally at about 193. Lean as all get out. And yeah, guys, I mean, this all happens because of good nutrition. Again, we always say that your body is the miracle here. We don't have a miracle potion or drug or anything like that. This is literally fuel for your body to be the miracle that God designed it to be in the first place. And these are some of the core products, everything from the Cleanse for Life, the Isoline shakes, the Ionic Supreme, the Complete Essentials with Isagenesis, telomere support, which is pretty much that. But we're going to go through some of them. We're going to kind of keep it quick and brief, but we're going to kind of gear it a little bit more towards the athlete line as well, too, which is our next level, which is exciting and what really took our results to the next level. But one thing that I really love that I've never heard of before, maybe this is something that you haven't heard of if you're brand new, is undenatured whey protein. And I know that I was talking to a couple gym owners the other day, and they have experience when it comes to proteins, as do we. I mean, we had friends, we knew a lot of GNC people, we bought a lot of GNC and Vitamin Shop products, but we've never seen undenatured whey protein. What undenatured whey protein means is it's super, super pure. It's pretty much, instead of compare it to this, your typical whey protein that you're buying from the shelves of your stores are what we call denatured. And it's coming primarily from milk companies that are pretty much throwing out the byproducts of their milk, which these companies are turning into whey protein, and they're selling it to a profit to people, And so all of this milk has been really just contaminated from cows that have been injected with hormones, antibiotics. They've treated it with high heat, acid flushing, all these different things. But what a difference we found when you actually use a protein with cows that are raised specifically for this protein, and that is it. It's not byproduct. There's no other purpose for these cows other than for Isagenix to milk them with no hormones, no antibiotics, and not to treat it with high heat and acid and all that other stuff. And they pretty much bought most of the pastures. I said it again. Pastures. Got pastures on the mind, sorry. Pastures in New Zealand. And that's where, that's what really made this super special as well, too. But the Ionic Supreme, I mean, that's a powerhouse of plant botanicals.
It really is. It's a nutrient-rich antioxidant drink that is packed with plant-based adaptogens.
It's unreal.
That is going to allow your body to thrive. It's going to energize your cells so that you can recover faster post-workout.
Yep.
It's going to provide you greater mental clarity and focus.
Yep.
It's going to allow you to sleep like a baby.
Yep.
As well. And it is packed with these herbs and botanicals that help to de-stress and fight fatigue.
Yes. If you love your Isagenix in the morning or at night, comment below that you love it, because this is literally, we take it 2 times a day. I mean, it's literally something that we cannot live without. And if you do go without it, once you actually put it in your body, you're going to notice a difference more than anything in your energy, your focus, your productivity, and your recovery and your overall endurance inside and outside of the gym. The Amped Next Level Pack, which we're so excited about that they just released this. Core products for anyone who is a professional athlete to your regular gym goer is really, this is going to be something that's super beneficial, that's going to take your results to the next level.
That's right.
Did you see what I did there?
I saw.
You saw what I did there?
And these products look like they belong together, right? They're one big happy family to support,
yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
From beginning to end.
Exactly. And so one thing that was in this tri-release, because I started taking the tri-release, and that's all I use now, guys. The tri-release is like my baby. Obviously the nitro, we don't go to the gym without that. The BCAAs, I mix the BCAAs.
And that's during.
Exactly. During, so the tweener, we call it. And then the recover, which is right afterwards, which is tart cherry. Repair.
Actually now.
Exactly, they changed the name, but it's tart cherry, it's turmeric, it's all these different things that are going to really help with inflammation and recovery in that, the repair, there we go. But one thing that I loved about the tri-release, and this is something that I haven't seen before, is an ingredient called Velocitol. And pretty much what Velocitol is it's an ingredient that's going to help your body maximize protein synthesis at a much faster rate versus your traditional protein that does not have Velocitol in it. And so you're going to get maximum amino absorption from it. You're going to get maximum benefits from just the synthesis that happens in your body from both the strength gains, but also the recovery aspect of it. And you're going to see here on this graph that the whey protein, the baseline whey protein, yes, you're going to get some results, and yes, you're going to see the significance of it. But when you have the Velocitol like you do with the tri-release, the gains, the changes that you're going to see, it's just something that you have to experience.
Yeah. And let's not forget too, our plant-based protein options, as well as our Isoline and Isopro and Isoline Pro, all have a complete amino acid profile.
Yes. So
you can't go wrong with any of them.
Exactly. And I honestly am not a big plant-based protein drinker. Just not wasn't my thing. I tried a lot of store-bought brands, never got into it. But I often find myself stealing a little bit of hers every now and then because it's so amazing. I know that there's many drinkers on this line as well too. But when it comes to Isagenix as well too, there's different things that you can do with this. You know, maybe you're on for a customer, right?
Yeah, you're here because you wanted to find out more about this nutrition, and that's exactly how someone would get started, right? Just as a customer, just like we did. We had to give it a try.
Exactly.
And put it in our body and feel the difference. So yes, first things first, you begin as a customer, introduced to this amazing nutrition line, and so that you can too experience what we experience. But maybe perhaps once you have perhaps a 30-day, 60-day, or a 90-day run, and people start noticing something different about you, whether it's your energy is contagious, whether you're starting to look different, right? There's some physical changes going on.
Yep.
Maybe your confidence is really what's speaking to people. And they might ask you, what are you doing? You look very different, or gosh, your energy, I wish I could have as much energy as you. Then in that case, right, you're going to casually be sharing Isagenix because people are going to be organically asking you, what are you doing? And in that case, maybe you'd end up where you could earn some free products, or maybe an extra $500 a month just by people asking you
Yeah.
what it is that you're doing.
Or maybe just saying, hey, like what we did was literally like, hey, I want to make sure that I'm not crazy. Can you try this and make sure that your results are like ours? Because we have seen significant differences. And if this works for you, I would love to see how you feel. And it's a 30-day money back guarantee. So everybody that we shared it with from the get-go, you know, they're like, okay, cool, we'll try it. And everybody got results.
The thing is, we try it, but we don't have to be guinea pigs because it is guaranteed to work.
Exactly. So the last but not least is somebody that maybe wants to look at this from a bigger perspective. Maybe you're looking at this as like, well, what else can I do with this? Maybe you're looking at the virtual franchise model. And if you're a personal trainer like we were, or a business owner, gym owner, you know, think about this. I mean, you can make money inside of your gym, but think of if you could actually make more money outside of your four walls from people that you don't even know. It's an amazing concept that it does exist, that is not a scam, that, you know, is not pretty much a non-legit thing. We were very, very skeptical when we first came into this. We did a full due diligence, and we are here to say that we found that this is an incredible opportunity and is matched and replaced, and it is our full-time income right now. But benefits of partnership for something like this is you can work at a great company like ours. You have a great product and service. Do something meaningful. Like we were saying before, we're impacting people's lives directly and indirectly. You can have a great boss, or maybe you can branch out and have no boss. Unlimited income, time freedom, personal growth, the opportunity to really work from anywhere and to give back. It's recession proof. You don't have to worry about it, kind of like the stock market or, you know, like the housing market. And really there's no commute. You can work from anywhere at any time. And the thing about this is this quote got me thinking, and that is, I'd rather have 1% of 100 men's efforts versus 100% of my own. And I think that I first heard this from Rockefeller, and he's a very wise man, and he talks about wealth and how it's created, and how there's this quadrant Robert Kiyosaki talks about in his book, The Business of the 21st Century. And if you understand money, this is going to make a lot of sense. But if you're somebody like me who got into this and had no idea how money really worked and how the wealthy became wealthy, then this is something that really interested me.
Because we were like that casual share, because you even said you got a phone call from the company saying we had made $2,500, and we had no idea how we did that.
Exactly. So that's the thing about this is you're blessing people, and because of it, you're being blessed in return. But the 4 different ways that people make money is you have an employee, a typical 9 to 5. You have a job, you have a boss, and that's the way it is. You clock in and out, and that you trade time for money. Self-employed. Just make sure if you're not muted, just make sure you're muted if you wouldn't mind. Self-employed is like we were, like you're solopreneur. You were a personal trainer. You're maybe a one-person business owner, gym owner. Maybe you're a lawyer, a doctor, a consultant. All these things are still, you're trading time for money, and your money is relying on you specifically in your time. But you have the freedom to kind of come and go as you please. Business owner, right? 95% of the wealth is created on this side. Somebody that owns a system. And this doesn't count if you have a gym and you don't have anybody to run it. And that was me too. So I had to show up at our facility, you know, when the one that I partnered with, and I had to work in order to create money. So I was still self-employed. I was a solopreneur.
What? You had to show up?
I had to show up to, I was going to say grow up, but I was going to grow income. Investor. Obviously, many people, only 5% of the population, have the money to make more money. And so your income is generated from your assets when you're actual business owner investor versus your time and trading time for money. So I want to just go into the power of 2, because this is how this can compound really quick. If you're looking at this as like, hey, okay, I'm sold on the products. I got to try them first, but if the products work, I want to see how this business model actually breaks down. And this is what got us excited. So say, for instance, you're a personal trainer, you're like us, and you're like, okay, I know a couple personal training buddies, or I just need a couple of accountability buddies to do this with me. And so you share it with 2 people. But then you help those 2 people, and you say, hey, if you like these products, find 2 people next month. And you duplicate that down. So those 2 people that you found, find 2 people of their own. And then those people teach those people. And then it starts to duplicate all the way through. You could, I don't know if I hear a faucet, so if somebody's unmuted, make sure you're muted, please. So by the time you get to March 12th, if you duplicated this all the way down, you'd be over 4,000 people in your organization just by starting off with the 2 of you. Now, let's go into the leverage, because a linear income is great, but it's not going to create freedom. And we were in this once we saw the results that we were getting and the results of our friends. We wanted that freedom that came along with networking and virtual franchising.
Because we knew that at the rate we were going, we'd have to max out our schedules and pretty much work until the day we died.
Exactly. Unless we found a way for money to work with us.
Exactly.
But we didn't have anything. So this was it. So the average employee in the United States right now is working 47 hours per week. They work 50 weeks out of the year, two weeks are vacation time. So pretty much the productivity that the average American gets is 2,350 hours of work per year. Solopreneur, this was me when I was a trainer. I worked about 85 to 90 hours a week because I had 43 clients on average, seeing them twice a week. That's about 86 hours plus 4 semi-private group training. That's 90 hours. So 15 hours times 350, because I did take about 2 weeks off as well too. I was working 5,250 hours every single year. Well, this is what it looks like in our network marketing business now. And this is what it can look like for yours. So let's just say that that model that we said before, at month 11, you were at about 2,000 people. Well, here's the beauty about Isagenix. We have such an incredible product that over 80% of the people that come into Isagenix just want the products. They maybe don't care about making extra money, or maybe they don't even know that an opportunity like this even exists. So 80% just are customers. They are consumers. But 20% of the people are going to go out this and share this with people. So now if you multiply that by 20%, you have 400 people out of that 2,000 that are actually building something part-time. The average amount of time that people spend on this when they first come in, like us, is about an hour a day. 400 people times 1 hour a day, you have 400 hours of productivity. Here's where it gets juicy. If you multiply that $400 or 400 hours in 1 hour a day times 365 days a year, you now have 146,000 hours of productivity that you're getting paid for every single year. And that would take you, as a solopreneur like I was, and like she was, and like many of us on this call are, 32.5 years working 90 hours a week. It would take us 32.5 years to get there versus 1 year with a networking business. And so I always ask people, I'm like, it's up to you, but what would you rather earn from? Would you rather earn from 1% of 100 people's efforts, in this case, 400 people's efforts, or 100% of your own? And that is totally up to you. And whatever the answer is, that's totally fine. But the thing about—
pray that you never need a sick day.
Exactly.
Or get injured.
Yes. Because we have
and
those
forget
two.
about going on vacation.
But the thing that makes it so exciting is you're building a team, you're building a culture, you're building a community of people that come together. And some gym owners that we talk to as well too, we're building a sub-community within a community already, which makes it that much stronger. And so if you want to go fast and you want to do things on your own and you want to, you know, be the best trainer or do something that's meaningful to you and you just want to go fast at it and go alone, that's totally fine. But if you want to go far, I highly recommend that you go together, that you find like-minded individuals to connect with, to grab and link arms with, and do it together and build something that's meaningful, build something that's going to make an impact in tens of hundreds of thousands of people's lives and for generations to come. And we always say that if you're not having fun, you're not doing this right. You're doing it wrong. So make sure that you have fun with this. This should be fun. It is network marketing. It's not net fun marketing. It's not net sit on my bum and I get paid marketing. It's network marketing. So it does take work.
But it is fun.
And it is meaningful, and it is the most worth it thing that we've ever done in our entire lives. And the people that we've met and the personal development that we've gotten has been, bar none, the best thing that we've ever experienced, and we wouldn't have it any other way. So if you're just on here again for being a customer, if you just want to try these products out, by all means, get back with the person that invited you to this call and get, talk about just being a customer, talk about some of the different products, the packs that maybe they recommend for you. But if you're looking to do something more with this, get on the products, try them for yourself. We started sharing this within the, probably the first week, because that's when we started feeling and experiencing results. And if that's something that you feel as well too, share it with a couple people. Make sure you're not crazy. And it's always fun to do it with friends as well too. And obviously 80% greater results when you have the accountability to do it along with you. So
I just think too, the impact that we've been able to have, because even as a personal trainer, you're limited to the amount of people that you can impact on a daily basis, limited by your schedule, by the time.
Yes.
And this really allows us and people like us to be able to impact on a greater scale.
And we now know people that know people that know people that we don't know in different countries. And now our organization is in 4 different countries, and we make money on 4 different countries' consumers, which is awesome. And we're all helping, we're all growing one another and building each other up. So that is the best part.
This is the business of making friends. How cool is that?
Making friends and building leaders. That's what we do. All right, guys, we love you. Have a great rest of your night. God bless you. We'll see if we can get the recording of this. And thanks again for hopping on.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
See you later.